I am Joni Goodmann, and currently I am a caregiver. And the reason is that I became a coach for caregivers is I raised two sons, one with autism, one with ADHD, and there really isn't help out there. There's really nothing for you. I ended up not working after our second son was born. There really was no way for me to hold down a job if I got called from school or if I had to leave work. You just can't do it. Bosses aren't going to tolerate it enough for you to say, gotta go and leave. And I was off work for several years. Didn't really do anything. And I did try a couple of different things and they really never clicked. This never was something I really enjoyed or was willing to put the effort into it. And Kim Ward is pretty much who gave me my chance at designing my life. And I'll forever be grateful for her. She's part of our family and she knows it. And so after meeting Kim, she's the first person who finally taught me, showed me, proved to me that even though I was disabled and recovering and I survived a traumatic brain injury and I was in the process of recovering, not that I'll fully ever recover, but that I could still go do things. Kim brought back memories that everybody else told me I would never, ever have, that they were pretty much gone, that they didn't know how to do it. They had tried different things and it just wasn't going to work. And you know what? I believed them. And so I really thought, okay, well, this is going to get the best it's going to get. I'm going to have to say, I don't remember, I don't know. And Kim gave me a new lookout on life. And it really is something that I'll never be able to say thank you enough for. And so I thought, what can I do with this now? What can I do? Because I believed in myself and I'm always the type of person that loves to help other people. And so I went into coaching. I did take coaching, learned how to be a coach, learned how to be an NLP practitioner. And one of the things they tell you during that time is to figure out what your niche is. And at first I was like, oh, here we go. I'm not going to know what I'm doing. And it came to me and it was caregivers. And I thought, okay, let's try it. And I wasn't really sure how that was going to go off. But then I looked at my two sons, one with ADHD and one with autism. And I thought there really isn't anything out there for the parents. They're just not out there. And then my hardest journey, taking care of Pat. How do you take care of the caregiver that trained you? How do you know you're not going to miss anything? How do you know that you're going to remember it all? And I thought, caregivers, just coach caregivers in general. And it took a while, didn't do it right away, but her journey was the hardest. And I know today she's looking at me, and yes, I still get emotional, but I want to give back. The greatest honor I've had being a coach is when Kim said to me, today I'm helping her. How do you help somebody who helped you so much that you can never be paid? And now I'm helping her. Okay. All right, guys. Emotions are high because, like I said, right now I'm currently taking care of a family member. And I told Kim I was going to back out. And I thought, no, this is real. This is why I joined the book. This is why I'm doing it. And I want to help other caregivers. And for the first time, I'm not alone on the journey. I have my sons that are outstanding. They're right there. They're constantly, especially my oldest, he goes, Mom, you need a break. I'm going over there. The other son is always like, we got to grab coffee on the way over there. And I'm like, okay. They each have their little niche to make it a better journey. So I want to offer the help, and that's my story, and that's how I got to where I was today. I've gone from not remembering stuff, thinking life was kind of boring, had nothing to offer, to now where I want to help caregivers. And, it doesn't have to be just a caregiver for a parent or the end of life caregiving or a sick parent. I want to help all the caregivers out there. I want to help the caregiver that has a child that was misdiagnosed and they're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Because I was also that mom. When our second child was diagnosed, I honestly thought it was going to be ADHD. Surprise, no, it was autism. Did I make mistakes? Absolutely. And as a caregiver, you're going to make mistakes. And that's why writing down notes or anything for this, I thought, no, I'm going to speak from the heart. And I want people to understand caregiving is one of the most hardest and emotional journey you'll ever go on. But as a caregiver, you have to make sure you're still taking care of yourself. I was doing really good with self-care until my journey as a caregiver right now got harder and harder and was more time consuming and more time consuming. But if we don't take care of ourselves, we're not going to be anywhere. We're not going to be able to give our person enough. We're not going to give to our family. We're not going to give to ourselves. And that's where it became a real true calling for me. And like I said, I know Pat today would be damn proud. She really would be proud. And I know in my heart I did the best for her. And so what do you do as you're a caregiver and it's 24/7, depending on the situation? How do you still take care of yourself? I get up early. Right now it's summertime, so there's really no alarms. There's really no, set schedule because I do also work from home. And I get up. I don't touch my cell phone. The best thing you can do is take breaks from this right here. This is going to cause you more stress or as much stress as being a caregiver. And I have a routine for 15 minutes. I like to do some affirmations. I stretch and I listen to meditations prior to getting out of bed. I do that all before I even leave my bedroom. And then in the summertime, I love to go sit outside and just watch nature and have my morning coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker. So that's my 15 minutes in the morning. In the summertime, it does become a little bit longer, but I know that's my time. And I do it early enough that usually nothing's going to interrupt it. So you need to find out your pockets of time. Late at night, I can do things unless I am mentally and physically exhausted, and I got to find a different time to pour time into a pocket of time. And you're going to have to do the same. And the one thing you're going to have to be prepared for, especially if you're a caregiver of a child with ADHD, autism, bipolar, sensory, anxiety, is the naysayers and how they're not real and how it doesn't exist. And this just truly became my passion and my love because, like I said, when our oldest son, he's now 29, was diagnosed with ADHD, I had so many teachers tell me that it doesn't exist and he just needs to focus better and he has to do more. And then when autism came around, I was just like, whoa, autism, know nothing about this. Relearn all over again. And once you can get over the initial shock of what you're hearing or what you have to deal with, it works. Right now, there's many times that I know I have to go take care of my person and I know I have to go. So you have to figure out how are you going to mentally prepare yourself for talking to that person? Because you don't want to say something you're going to regret or that you're going to be like, damn, I know I shouldn't have said that, but you already did. I jam in the car. I turn on the music. I listen to 80s music as loud as I basically could. And I drive to our house. And that's how I get myself pumped up. That's my quiet time. I don't pay attention to my phone if it rings. I don't pay attention to anything. I just jam and drive. And yes, I do pay attention to the road. So you're going to need to do something like that as well. What do I want to offer you? If you're a caregiver, or if you're brand new to a caregiver, or if you know you're going to be a caregiver, I would like to have you reach out to me, and I would like to have a one-on-one call free of charge, and we will talk for about 15 minutes or so, and then we'll go from there. Are we a match? I'm not going to be a match for everybody, and I know I'm not going to be a match for everybody. So I want to offer that to anybody listening to this that's blessed as a caregiver. I want to make sure that we connect. And then I do have a special offer for anybody from the summit to just do a planning session to work on that. I also have tips that I put together. I'm not tech swabby, but I got some tips on if you are caring for somebody, how to take care of yourself, as well as how to make sure that you're okay. And I've heard a couple of times, I can't be a caregiver. I can't do this. This is just not my shit. I don't know what to do. You can be. You're going to probably one day be put in a situation where you have no choice. And you're going to have a hard time, and you're going to have struggles. And that's why, thanks to Kim putting this book together, I was starting to doubt nobody wanted a caregiving coach, or nobody wanted a caregiving group. And after we put the book together, and then I saw it coming out and met these wonderful ladies and gentlemen that were within this book, I thought, this is my calling, and this is where we need to be. So never doubt yourself, and never say you can't be a caregiver, because you can be a caregiver. And if you need help with that, I'm here. If you were a caregiver and you feel like you totally messed it up, first of all, that's okay. It doesn't come with manuals. Second of all, if you want to chat, let's chat. Let's work through where you're holding yourself back, because you did the best you can. So those are my offers for you. I also do have a membership group on Facebook, where once we kind of know, like this week, somebody put in about chronic illness. And so we're going to talk about chronic illness. Another one of our members talked about ADHD. The group is going to pretty much rotate and discuss what each personal member needs. And that's how we're going to talk, because I want to make sure as many caregivers out there have support, feel loved, know that they're not messing it up. And if they do a mistake, oh, well, oops, we're human. So that's what I would like to offer you. Again, thank you to everybody.